they play at a very fast tempo. They're 20th fastest team in the country last year. Very good at creating turnovers. They're 6th in the country in turnover percentage, 11th in the country in steal percentage. So we're obviously going to have to value the ball, handle the ball against them. And they're very good on the offensive glass. They've got good athletes. They crash the glass hard. That's something that they've been good at for a long time. So we're going to do a good job of handling the ball, valuing the ball, do a good job of keeping them off the glass, and then certainly need to make sure that that we dictate the pace and dictate the tempo to how we like.
Well, I know every game counts the same, but do you stress the importance of getting out to a fast start as far as the season's concerned with this first game?
I mean, they're all important, and most importantly for us is just to be better than we were last week. So I tell our guys every day, be better than you were yesterday. So if we get 1% better each day, we're 100% better in 100 days. So we need to be a little bit better than we were last week. We need to be better with our schemes, better with what we're doing than we were last week, and hopefully that's what we'll see on Friday. And then, when we turn around and play on Monday, we need to be better on Monday than we were on Friday.
Do you feel like you have enough of the sample size to judge what your team is doing well and what's not doing well?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a pretty good idea of what our strengths are, what our areas of emphasis need to be in terms of where we want to go. So, I like our strengths. I think we can play to those. I think that'll be enough most nights. But certainly there's some areas that we really need to address and have spent quite a bit of time addressing in practice and changing. And I put in some new schemes this week to try to help cover some stuff up, maybe a little bit more for us. So that's important that we're always analyzing what we're doing, looking at what we're doing, and making sure we're putting our guys in the best possible situation for success.
So do you feel like you already have to problem solve and sort of work around?
You're always problem solving. I mean, that's what coaching is. You're looking at what you do well and what you don't do well, and how you can mask what you don't do well and how you can bring out what you do well. So, that's important.
But before game one, you got to change your original plan?
Well, if you just stick with one plan, you're going to get killed. So, I mean, you've always got to be changing your plan and looking for, the basis of what we're doing is the same. But there's always room to make small changes within your plan or within what you're doing. If you just say this is what we're going to do because this is what we do, well, teams are going to run over you. The basis of what we're doing is the same, but we're gonna make some small changes to get our guys in the best position possible for them to have success and for our team to have success. At the end of the day, that's what my job is.
Is that more on the defensive, half-court defensive end, or press?
Both. Both. I don't really want to talk about what I've done. I'm not trying to talk about what I've done. But, we need to do that. We've made some adjustments on offense with some of our rebounding, to help our defense a little bit, maybe early on in the year. Our defense going to need a little more help. We need to prop them up a little bit with their offense. So, it's been changes to all three phases. And so, we've got to, you got to look at everything and look at it with a critical eye. You can't look at it like this worked against Cal PA. Well, yeah, it worked against Cal PA, but, what worked against Cal PA is not going to work 2 weeks later or a week later. So you have to look at it with a critical eye in that, all right, this worked against them, but can it work? Can we do it even better, or can we change it and make it look even better? And that's what we try to do.
Coach, how pleased were you in regards to the team kind of grasping what you have been installing for X amount of months, through practices and a scrimmage and the exhibition?
I think we're at about a C+, B-. C's pretty average, B-, maybe average to slightly above average. I think it's very average right now. I think we've got lots of room to improve, and average ain't gonna cut it starting Friday. So we've got to be better than that.
Coach, was it good for Friday night for some of the new guys, some of the freshmen to kind of get out there under the bright lights, full crowd, maybe get some of the nerves out a little bit?
Yeah, I think it was. I watched film with Hamdi yesterday, one-on-one. I try to watch it with him one-on-one so we can go through everything. And he was talking about how excited he was about the crowd and how much he loved playing in front of those guys. So, he's a mature kid. He's an older kid, but, he's also was at the University of Houston for a year sitting out, and he's been in junior college. So, it's a totally different atmosphere for him. I went to dinner with Melvin and Corey last night, and Corey was talking about the atmosphere. So certainly, you want to get the guys, in that situation as much as you can, and to do that for a dress rehearsal or an exhibition, and to have our fans there, 7,600 strong. That's huge, and will certainly help us. Hopefully, have some of those jitters out of the way for those newer guys this week.
Coach, you just discussed the jitters. For you as well, first game, non-exhibition, going into as a head coach. What are kind of the emotions running through your head right now?
Well, I get so focused on what we're doing, I don't really worry about all of that. The only game I was nervous my first game at Chattanooga. I was like, how's this thing going to go? We played Covenant, and they were NAI division, NAI school, and I'd convinced myself we were going to lose to them. So we ended up winning by about 50. But, you just you learn as you prepare more just to focus on what you can control. So I better make sure we have as solid of a plan as possible not to turn the ball over. I better make sure we're ready to block them out so we don't get, pulverized on the offensive glass. And I better make sure that that we're prepared and we're doing what we do best at VCU. And if I focus on that and I focus on our guys, then I don't really have a lot of time to think about all the extracurricular stuff.
How late have you been staying at the office the past couple of weeks?
Yeah, we've been in there working. There's a lot of film to watch. Both. I mean, I'm still. This is kind of the time of the year where I'm still teaching from practice every day, and then you're also doing game planning for. In the preseason, you're just watching practice every day basically, and then I have a bunch of other clips that. I watch a bunch of NBA clips every day. I watch a bunch of late game stuff. So we have a bunch of, so it's now you're in season mode. But I've got an extra layer with the practices still because I'm still trying to get our team better. I'm still looking at stuff from practice, and you got to transition into Prairie View and into different things like that. So it's been time consuming for me and my entire staff because everybody on our staff watches their area, watches different areas, whether it be in practice or what Prairie View's doing. So. We've been spending some time at it.
But are you leaving the office? I heard there's a bed in your office.
No, there's not a bed yet. We don't have all the furniture. The furniture's on back order. So yeah, I'm sleeping a few hours at home every night.
Have you guys gotten settled in next door?
Yeah, everything's up and running. I still don't know how to use all the technology, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We had a meeting. I ran over here from our staff meeting, and we were able to get the clips up on the TV in the conference room. So that was a good progressive step for us. It's little things in life, Mike, but it was a good progressive step for us as a staff over at the new facility.
I heard your coaching style, they consider you fire on the sideline.
I don't know. I just am who I am. I don't know. So I mean, sometimes it depends. I think sometimes your team needs to see you real calm, and I'm very, very calm. And sometimes they need to see you getting after people and that it's important, and you got to do that. So it's really just a feel based on your team. I am who I am. I'm not. I do have a competitive edge to me, very, very much so. But I think sometimes your team has to. You got to see what your team needs. And so probably I was a little more animated on Friday than I typically am. I definitely was a little more animated Friday than I typically am. But that was because I felt like our team needed that. I felt like, quite frankly, I needed to do it. We were all kind of stunned with the Samir stuff. And so it rattled us all. I was rattled. My team was rattled. We were all rattled. Rodney's here. He was in shoot around, and he kind of saw when we found out, like we were rattled. And so, I felt like we needed that. I felt like as a group we needed that.
Did you see, with the rules changes, much of a difference? And it didn't appear from the outside that there was a whole lot of,
No,
difference.
yeah, I think they called it a little bit tighter, but I think teams have adjusted. I mean, we've adjusted. We've worked on it. I mean, I make our guys show their hands. I mean, we've worked on it. We still foul too much. I mean, they scored a third of their points from the foul line, Cal PA. But, you know, I think teams are adjusting. You know, we certainly want to draw a lot of fouls on Friday night. You know, that's something that it's going to be a point of emphasis for us. But I think teams have adjusted for the most part. And I think there'll be some sloppy games early, but I don't get the sense the referees are backing down. From the referees I've talked to and the officials, coordinators that I know at different leagues that I've talked to, there's no sign of backing down.
Real quick, I know you say you played Friday, then you play again on Monday. Not looking too far ahead, but is this giving the group, you know, kind of like a good idea of what to expect when we go into late February and March and tournaments of that nature? You know, the quick turnaround Friday, Monday, or, you know, a day or two in between games?
I think that's good. I think it's good to have, you know, to have quick turnarounds. You know, I think prepares your guys for tournaments and for conference play. So I think that's certainly important. So I think there'll be some benefit because normally everything we do is on a 2-day prep. So everything we do is 2 days out, 1 day out. We have the same routine every time. My staff makes fun of me because it's so routine oriented. I always say I'm not superstitious. I'm just routine oriented. So we just do the same thing over and over and over again. So, you know, I think it's good when you still have the 2 days, but we also have a condensed 1-day prep, which we'll get a chance to do the next week in New York, which will be good. So, you know, you want to certainly play out as many scenarios as you can in the non-conference, and this helps us do that.
Coach, apologies if you addressed this on Friday, but do you expect Doug's status to change in time for this Friday?
Yeah, Doug's with us. He's been practicing all week. He's handled his business academically, socially, doing what he's need to do. So unless something crazy happens this week, I plan on him playing and being a part of the team on Friday. I'm sure it'll be asked. I don't know anything more on Samir really than I knew on Friday. We've been talking to the NCAA. We're in the process of going through, you know, the waiver situation with the NCAA, and that's really all I can say on it right now. But we've been working extremely hard. Our athletic director, our compliance folks, we all met yesterday. Sophia from academics. We've spent a good portion. Everybody's kind of halted what they're doing for that, and you know, we're hopeful we'll have a resolution on that by the end of the week or next week. But we'll certainly let you guys know as soon as we know something. We'll let you guys know.
Would the eligibility of Samir have anything to do with your decision to redshirt Nwanko? Is that going to change at all?
No. John's going to be a heck of a player for us, but John needs some time to continue to develop. He's gotten better, but he's going to be really, really good, and he's showing signs every week. He gets better in practice, and he's going to be much better as a 23-year-old senior than he is as an 18, 19-year-old freshman, and he's going to be a really good player for us. But John's going to redshirt. That what happens with Samir has zero bearing on that. All right. Thanks, guys.